This lesson covers the flight crew and passenger oxygen systems and common emergency equipment. However, the exact equipment and locations may be different, so always check your operating manuals. Emergency lighting and exits are covered in Module 1. The flight crew fixed oxygen system provides supplemental oxygen for the pilots and an observer for a descent to 14,000 feet in 4 minutes, and flight at 14,000 feet for 116 minutes. It supplies oxygen to masks behind the flight crew on the aft bulkhead from a fixed oxygen cylinder located in the right nose compartment. A pressure indicator on the right side console provides the right pilot with cylinder pressure readings, and a green disc is ejected if oxygen is discharged due to overpressure. Minimum pressure for dispatch is 1300 psi or 1800 psi if the jump seat is occupied. The flight crew masks have a dynamic microphone, an inflatable harness, an automatic diluter demand regulator, and an oxygen line with a low flow warning indicator. To put on the mask, press the harness inflation button, which inflates the straps, and put the mask over your face. Releasing the button deflates the straps and they compress. Optional masks have comfort straps where you adjust the tension by slowly releasing the inflation button. The automatic diluter demand regulator supplies oxygen on demand and is controlled by this ring. It has 3 positions. Norm. The regulator supplies an air-oxygen mix which varies with cabin altitude. 100%. The regulator supplies 100% oxygen regardless of cabin altitude. Emergency. The regulator supplies 100% oxygen at a slight positive pressure. One of the 3 protective breathing equipment (PBE) units is located behind the right pilot. To use a PBE, remove the pack from the box and pull the strap. When the mask is pulled over the head, there is enough initial oxygen to fill the hood. Further air is supplied on demand when you exhale. There's a minimum of 15 minutes supply. The portable passenger oxygen system consists of 4 portable oxygen cylinders, 3 in a cabinet next to the forward emergency exit, and 1 in the aft draft bulkhead. There are also 3 PBEs in the cabin, 1 on the shelf above the forward galley, 1 in the aft draft bulkhead, and 1 next to the aft passenger exit. The emergency locator transmitter, ELT, is housed in the dorsal fin, forward of the vertical stabilizer. The ELT is powered by its own internal battery pack and activates if it experiences a severe impact of 5G plus or minus 2G. The ELT controller is on the overhead panel. The ELT remote switch has 3 positions. On switches on the ELT for testing or in the event of an imminent emergency situation. Auto. The ELT is armed and will activate if the inertia switch experiences a severe impact. And reset. Rearms the ELT after inadvertent activation. In addition to oxygen equipment, emergency equipment on the flight deck includes a halon fire extinguisher, a fire axe, flashlights, and life vests for the pilots and an observer. The flight deck emergency hatch can be removed by moving the latch to the vent position and pulling. There's a rope to help you climb down. The cabin emergency equipment consists of halon fire extinguishers, life vests, flashlights, first aid kits, and a megaphone. In the SAS configuration, The Halon fire extinguishers are located on a shelf above the forward galley, in the emergency equipment drawer, and on the aft wall of the aft draft bulkhead. Life vests are under each passenger seat and at the attendant stations. There are 3 infant life vests and 2 reserve life vests in the emergency equipment drawer, and the same in the forward galley. Flashlights are at each attendant station, with the reserve in the forward galley. A basic first aid kit is located here, and the location of the emergency first aid kit, often called the doctor's kit, is clearly marked. Note that the emergency kit should only be opened for emergency use. Finally, there's a megaphone located here.